What's up, guys? Welcome to a super special episode of SoberTube. Today we are celebrating a really cool day. April 4th, 2020, I am celebrating 10 years sober. I am super humbled and grateful. This is the anniversary that I've always wanted to have. I don't know why. I wanted 1 year and I wanted 10 years. And that's probably addiction, but we made it, guys. 10 years sober. Topics to discuss. How did we get here to 10 years sober? What does 10 years sober feel like? Feels great. Life isn't perfect. There's no cake, there's no coin. That stuff is impossible now due to the coronavirus situation. A few topics that I was asked to discuss about this. Where was I 10 years ago? So 10 years ago, April 4th, 2010, I was essentially homeless, sleeping in a spare bedroom at my sister's house, completely destroyed destroyed room. Place was in shambles because of me. I was cracked out, dope sick, broke, jobless, homeless, emotionally destroyed, depressed, suicidal, sad, and just felt that my addiction would kill me. My mom entered the room and said, "You look terrible and sad. And what do you want to do here?" And they took me back to a rehab. I took instruction. I became teachable. An act of desperation helped me become teachable, and I did what they told me. I got sober. I wish I could tell you that it was something super interesting or something super amazing. It was actually something super simple. I did 12 steps. I followed instruction. I got a sponsor, and I got committed and involved in a program of addiction recovery and made it my life. And things got better. Life is hard enough without drugs and alcohol. And today I am a proud, sober man. Life today. What is it like to have 10 years sober? It feels really good that I've accomplished this, but something that I've realized, and that's why I say that this is bittersweet, is that sobriety is not judged by time. I am not any better than a person with 1 year sober. I am not any better than a person with 1 month sober, and I am not any less than a person with 25 years sober. I, Brian Gordon, have to be judged on my day-to-day interactions with my surroundings. My sobriety has to hold me accountable to who I am in the world today, how I treat the people I do business with, my loved ones, my circle, how I treat the people I'm in a relationship with. These are what sobriety is all about. It's about living life on life's terms, taking problems and figuring them out, not running away from my problems, facing them head on. I'm still in therapy. I've been in therapy for 10 years. I have a feeling I'll be in therapy for another 10 years. I still have a sponsor. I believe I'll always have a sponsor. I respect the disease that I have. I know that the disease I have is in remission, but it is waiting. It's waiting for me to get weak. It's waiting for me to walk away from my program, and it is waiting to cause destruction in people's lives. I don't have cravings. I don't miss drugs and alcohol at all. I don't miss getting high. I would much rather go to sleep and fall asleep naturally than fall asleep because I shot 3 bags of heroin and took 10 Xanax bars. Is life perfect in sobriety? Absolutely not. No one up there is handing out the easy breezy life because I'm sober. Getting sober was actually learning how to deal with life when life happens. I've learned to accept situations. I've learned to not think that I have bad luck. I've learned to not think that there's conspiracies against my happiness. I've learned that we all have to walk on this planet together, and the best thing that I can do on a daily basis is just try and be a good person, and when I fail, to admit it and right my wrongs so that I can live life with a clean slate, so I can walk in any room and not worry about if somebody in this room has a resentment against me or if I have a resentment against somebody else. Life is not perfect. Life has been hard for me actually recently, but I can say that I've dealt with my recent stresses decently, not to the best of my ability, but I've learned to reach out to friends and therapists to help me with the situation that is going on in my life. And as mad as I am at the people that are involved in the situation, the best thing that I can do is wish good vibes, wish good things, and pray that situations resolve themselves naturally and with good guidance. Easier said than done. I'm a work in progress. I wish I could say that I am Mr. Sober Recovery and happy all the time and life is always great. Unfortunately, life is life. But my life today, 10 years later, after walking out of that rehab, broke, homeless, sleeping on a couch, I could say that life is 10 times better today than it was. And I hope in 10 years it'll be 10 times better than it is right now, even though I don't have a ton of complaints. What's different? The difference between my life today and then is I wasn't a human there. I was a corpse. I was a zombie. I was literally a zombie walking around trying to figure out how to get that next drug to fix the pain inside of me. Now when I have pain inside of me, I choose other outlets and I choose other resources to help me. I go to friends, therapists, loved ones, and I constantly try and improve. That's a big part of this whole thing. There's no graduation. We have to constantly be working on our recovery. Next topic, relationships. These are hard. You know, I'm 10 years sober. I consider myself a 10-year-old. I'm 37 years old and I'm literally a 10-year-old. You know, I didn't know how to pay bills when I got sober. I didn't know how to use a washing machine. I didn't even recognize the mall when I went there for the first time. You know, I had to do some growing up. I consider myself a 10-year-old. I am a 10-year-old man. I have had tons of relationships, great ones, bad ones, awesome ones, and currently confusing ones. Situations have arisen that are out of my ability to understand. I'm hard on myself for making mistakes. I'm confused sometimes. I don't understand why, if everything's so good, how come things sometimes are so hard? And once again, we learn in recovery to live life on life's terms. We learn to wish good vibes for the people that we're angry with, and we hope that they'll do the same for us. You know, I'm super excited to celebrate 10 years sober. Life is 10 times better, but it's not about 10 years. It's not about 10 minutes. It's about who am I today? Who am I in this world? What can I do during these stressful times to bring peace, kindness, open-mindedness, and willingness? When I'm wrong, I promptly admit it, and I'm super grateful to celebrate 10 years sober. And thank you so much, guys, for being a part of my journey. I'm glad that there's a platform that I can share my life with the rest of the world. And to all the people, thank you so much for the support. Now more than ever, I've needed people to be in my corner, and they have been. So guys, how hard are you willing to work to change your life? What are you willing to do? And live every day to the best of your ability. Thanks for coming to SoberTube. My name's Brian, and I'm a grateful, recovering addict. Bye-bye.